This conference will now be recorded.
Fine, cool, yes, no problem. Let's start our session. Okay, and okay. Now, what we discussed last class, we discussed about service object and as well as the replica set, right? Now, and then till now, what are the things are completed? We discussed the Kubernetes architecture, we installed the Kubernetes, we discussed about pod, and we discussed about replica set, we discussed about service object. What is a pod? Pod is means like as where you are running your application that we are calling as a pod. In a single pod, we can run the single container or multiple containers. But in real cases, we are using a single pod to running a one application we are running. Maybe supporting containers we may use, but application is running only one. And the next, we are using a replica set to make them to high availability and scalability and self-healing feature. And to access that application, okay, we are using for service object. The service object having a three types. One is that cluster IP, node port, load balancer. Okay, these three types. And and then to access outside, cluster IP is the default option. We can't able to access. That's the reason we are using for node port. The node port range is the 30,000 to 32,767. Okay, that is the what we discussed till now, right? And today, one of the most important object we are going to discuss. Without this, there is no deployment application Kubernetes deployment. What is that deployment? This is the guy is the hero in the entire Kubernetes. Okay, what do you mean this here? Now let me talk about this way, guys. Listen carefully, and this is the where you place your technical exposure come into the picture. They ask a different scenarios, like as how do you maintain your application high availability without any downtime, or how the how your deployment happening, what is the strategy you guys are using. Okay, and if I give the application, there is a new version I want to deploy, then how you deploy without downtime. And let's say the new version is something happened, issue is coming, I want to roll back that option, then how you do, how you can replace with the older version, okay, without any downtime. Okay, and the another option is like there is a something 5 containers are running today. Okay, instead of without downtime, I want to make it a 10 containers, like as because the load is heavy, and people are not getting a proper response. No, they are getting a delay in the response. Okay, and then you need to increase the containers. In the containers means what, in the pods in this Kubernetes level. Then how do you scale without any things? How do you restart without any downtime? Okay, rolling out, rolling restart without any down. Restart, what is the rolling restart? What happened until the new container will come, the old one will be still stable. Rolling restart. Okay, that is a very important option. Okay, when real time when you go for this is the command I use minimum in a day, three times I do. Okay, the people what they do, they won't make a changes in the code level, they make a changes in the configuration level. Maybe let's say vault properties, or maybe like like vault properties means what, sensitive data, any key value they change. Okay, a new key they are going to add, or else updating the key or something happen. In that scenario, what we do, we need to restart the application. At that time I need to restart the application without downtime. This is a rolling restart, is very helpful for us. Okay, and the scaling, scale out, new application deployment. Okay, and roll back to the new application, roll back to the previous version, and scaling. Okay, and all this feature. Okay, roll back things. Okay, and all this without any downtime. Now how we can do, using this deployment object we can able to achieve this. In means, now when you deploy a, okay, when you deploy a pod here, now this is the pod. This is the replica set. Okay, this is the what? Deployment object. Means if I deploy a deployment object, we can deploy the replica set manifest, we can deploy the pod object. Now, last class we have done these two, we can make it in a single manifest file. And today, when the kind of deployment means inside the deployment manifest, you can write a replica set code, you can write a pod manifest. Like I mean, all those pod code and the replica set code and deployment code. These three we are calling as a deployment object. Okay, no need to mention that that deployment is separate object, replica set is separate object, and the pod is a different object. Now, if I have written a deployment object in the means, you can add your replica set, you can add your pod manifest. Okay, these three option combination we are going to deploy our application. Sir, what is the use of okay pod means if you delete some container, the pod will delete. No self healing, no scaling is there. Okay, that's the reason we are using replica set. Okay, that's fine. Replica set, what is the features will provide? The self healing and scaling option will provide. Super. Then what the deployment will do? The deployment will do for rollbacks. Okay, rolling updates, rollbacks. What is the helpful? Rolling updates means the new version deployment. Rollbacks, the if you that failure, we can roll back that. Rolling updates, rollbacks, rolling updates, rollback, and scaling, and the without downtime. Okay, what is that? Rolling updates, rollbacks. Okay, and min search. Here is the main important is the this one, min search, max search. What do you mean the min search max search is? Basically, for example, let's take a scenario. You want to deploy a 10 containers. Okay, like if a 10 containers you want to deploy, the 10 containers will deploy first time. Second time you want to update the newer version of the that application. Let's say right now you are in the v1 version and you are deploying a v2 version. If I give the min search means like as min search max search is a 2 or something like that. Okay, now what do you mean? It will be two new containers will become, the two old containers will go down. Again, two more that after this new containers will be up and running, the new containers will be go down. If you want to understand more, okay, let's take a small example. Let me make it out. Okay, now let's say you want to deploy a three application. Let's take a three containers. Let's take a easily min search max search one. Now, right now there is a three is running, and the next time when you are update this, it will run the four. Like as that means the min search max search, there is a three containers are running. Now at this point of time there is a four containers running. That means here is the v1 version, v1 version, and v1 the old, there's the three containers are running with the v1 version. And now this also will be run v1, 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 and here is the v2. Once the v2 is up and running, it's everything is fine, this is the health check is passed. Then what happened now? Now that it come to the, let's say normally it will come to the 3. Okay, you can't see this. Basically it's a v2 and the v1. Now immediately when this come up and running, what happened? This will go down again. Okay, now that time what happened? Now there is a 4 will be running again, like I mean like a next also will be running on a 4 here. That means that here v2 is running and v1 is don't go down. One more v2 will come here. This you can't able to see, like it will be done in within a like fraction of milliseconds. Okay, and here this is the v1 is running and v1 is running, and here v2 is running, v2 is running, v2 is running. Okay, now here in that case, if after v2 is up and running, how it could be? Now let's say Now this can be a, let's say V1, and these two are the V2, and this two is the V2. And the next deployment after some time, what happened? This max search is the mean search is a one I mentioned. Okay, like as of now one. If it is a two, then two happening. Understand, na? Two at a time will happening. If it is a three, if you three happening. Understand, guys, what I mean? Now here is the again four will be create V1. Here is the V2 and V1. The next, if everything is working fine, again it's a V1 and it's a V1 and the V1 again. Sorry, V2, V2, V2 again. That's all three contents will be come up with the newer version of the V2 without any downtime. If the application will be deployed like this way, means until unless this container something happen, some issue, it is not running this container, it won't go down. Actually the V1 will be still the stable. It's keep on running, it won't be coming up. Understand, right, guys? If you don't have deployment object, then gone, this three will be go down, this three will be go down it. Or else let's say the V1 is running and you want V2, then now no to come up with the V2 until this there is a some time gap between this when you're deploying a new version, there is a downtime between this to come up with this V2. To coming up the V2 version, there is a some downtime with this your application. If in case the V2 is down, then again you want to roll back that V1 version, again there is a some downtime here. Again there is some downtime here. Yes or no? That your application will be a downtime in this case. If you don't want to maintain this downtime, you are gonna use these strategies. If you want to use these strategies, we are gonna use the deployment object. We are gonna use the deployment object. We are gonna use the deployment object. Let's see how we can do that. Let's do that practically, and let's do the hands-on like each and every pin to pin option. Okay. And before going to do that, let's show that theoretically it's a very high level diagrams which I mentioned, which I read the best book in that, which I learn in a Kubernetes way, and I make these diagrams very nicely for you guys. Even really for understanding this deployment concept, it for me it took a lot of time. Really it took a lot of time. After reading this book, okay, this is the one of the book, Kubernetes cookbook. After reading this Kubernetes cookbook, then only I realized, the way of deployment will work internally. The way of deployment is needed for us. Okay, then only I can more clear it about this. And the replica set and replication control both are same. There is no change. But replica set is the latest version. Replication control is the older version. And there is some drawback in the replication controller. Okay. It's nothing like, even though we are not using real-time scenarios. Okay, both work the same way, replica set and replication controller. Now, you guys can read theoretically this. You guys can read this theoretically. Okay, what is the meaning of on this? See, this is the one. If you want to deploy that's right now V1 version, V2 version. See, if you want to roll back, again previous version, what happened? This all the V1 version will go down in the gaps, short period of downtime here. Okay, we don't want to do that. What we are gonna do like this? Either we can use the blue-green deployment or I guess canary deployment. There is an option called blue-green deployment. Blue-green deployment means blue is the older version and the green is the newer version. And you want to switch that again. Switch that again. Now here is the what is the drawback here is basically now it's an entire again one more cluster need to maintain. Okay, and again switching this also it will be sometime is downtime again in this scenario also. Okay. Now that's it's a waste of resources, all those will happening. Instead of this, now the main reason for performing a rolling updates, now this is the best option which we are going rolling updates. If you want to maintain, we are going to use this. If you read theoretically this entire things, this document, you will understand more and more clear, because I'm going a little bit faster because you already understand this concept, okay, which I'm teaching. You can see this is the drawback, the downtime. We want to overcome this, we can use blue green deployment. Okay, blue green deployment, what is the problem here is again entire cluster, entire application you want to create one more, but it's a waste of resources. Okay, but people are using that strategy also. But without your downtime, you want to deploy application, this is the best option. Okay, replica set, and the v1 will go down, v2 will come in the picture, and the v1 will go down, two v2s will come in the picture, and then v1 will go down and v2 will be come to the picture. And if you want to roll back to that picture, then we can come to the v1. It's a very simple manner. See, deployment, replica set, and pods, these three object will be combination will become. Now see this diagram, it's a more and more clear. Okay, now basically here is the main thing, here is the deployment object is that this is revision history limit, and then this is the rolling updates. This is the rolling update strategy, is the rolling updates. The rolling updates min surge and max surge. This is the options. This is the max surge is the one you want to create until max unavailable 0. Means you want to clean up, if you want to update the newer version till come to the 0. Okay, that is the main. Let me show that same example how it works. No, earlier it was the version 1 and this is the version 2. The version 1 3 containers are running. When you do this here, the version 2 one pod will create, this is a 3 will be created, and again the same diagram which I mentioned here, guys. Same diagram here. Okay, the old one will go down, new one will become up, one more new one will come up, then this will go over, all this will go down, and then this 3 will become up here, and the like R1 nothing else, now only R2 will be running. Clear, guys? Understand, na? No, the same way, one more diagram, same, whatever I just explained, right? This is a method. V1 is running, V2 will come up, then wait for the V2 is coming up, and then one more V2 will be spin up. The only 2 is running, and then V1 V2 is running. Then again it will be a like here is the two V2s coming, only one V1 is running. This is V1 will be up and running. Then after everything gone, then V2 will be running for us. This is just I explained. Max surge is the 1, and the desired replica count is there. Max are available is a 0. Clear, guys? Clear now? What is the rolling updates strategy? This where we can get this option, when you do the deployment object, then only we'll get this. Clear now? Let's create a writing a deployment object and let's deploy this. Okay, deploy this. And this is my image. Okay, this is my image which is already existed in a Docker Hub. Okay, which is available in a Docker Hub. I'm using the same deployment object. This is a normal deployment object. It's a normal deployment. There is no max surge and min surge mentioned here. There is no strategy which we are not using. Yeah, just ignore this. And if you want to implement with the strategy way, this is the option. Let's connect the server first. Guys, following me, right? Any confusion, let me know, guys. I'll explain one more time. Guys, please, because it's a very important concept. Without this, there is no DevOps. Without this, there is no DevOps nowadays. That much important, okay? Even I'll share a very best books, guys, okay? Very best book. We have a library. I'll share I think I shared with you guys. Maybe if you're not sharing, I'll share our library. We have a many books. Docker level, Kuberentes level, many Ansible level, Jenkins level, Git level. We have each and every tool. We have a many books. If you read that books, you are the expert like anything. You are a pro for anywhere. Okay. Guys, I'm asking, have anyone questions? Only one or two guys are responding. Venkatesh Vallu, Sitarama. No one is, all guys are sleeping. I mean, how much lazy guys you guys really, I'm telling, right? I never see this kind of group, man. I don't know because you guys are woke up in the morning and you guys are in sleeping mode, or else you guys are listening in the class, or else you guys are, and reason I can't able to, digest you guys are the way you guys are behaving. Really, I'm not asking interview questions, man, to give you are in the silent. This is the first team, even if I ask interview question, no one respond. They will keep on silent. Many people say the mic is not working. Many people will say even no respond at all from their end. Like, how much you guys are wasting my time, man? You guys are not understand what my time, okay? For me, it's a 5 minutes will be there. There is a people are, waiting. I'll show my WhatsApp chat if you guys are not interested. Okay, fine. I give an option you guys to speak with me, but you guys are not utilizing that. Okay, let's do this. And see that, sorry, don't do that. Let's take this. Where is the min search, max search? One second, just a second. Where is the document? Okay, this is the one, right? Take this object. And above and down, we don't have any option that guys, okay? We don't have a, uh, max search and min search. Now here you can take a max search, max unavailable, just keep it at 0 here. Like as coming until the 0, we can deploy. And a max search, I want to create a 3 replicas and till coming to the 0, and max search is the 1111 I want to change. Means if I change this version here, what happened? 1111 version want to coming up. First of all, let me check what are the versions are available for my Docker Hub repository. Let's first I need to know that. Is that WebMS sir? Node.js app, right? Please completely. This is the application. See the tags. How many tags are there? V1, V2. There is a 2 tags are available. There is a 2 tags. V1 tag and V2 tag is available. Okay, fine. Clear, guys? Clear now? Now here the coming extra strategy. This is a strategy coming extra, guys. Nothing else. Remaining things are as it is. This is minimum ready seconds. Like it will wait for 10 seconds to coming up with the deploy the new version. This is the time. Even if you are replica set, also we can mention this. Okay, and for each replica, and this strategy only coming extra. And then here the deploy kind is the deployment. No replica, no pod. Now, if I mention the replica set, we can use the pod strategy, and then a pod applications. This is the pod related stuff, and this is for the replica set related stuff, and like not this. This is the one. This is the replica related stuff. That only thing is come in this strategy. This strategy when we can return when you return the deployment object. When you return the deployment object. Understand, guys? Or else it will be same like as your replica set object. I'll explain that canary deployment. I mean, okay, I'll explain. Let's complete this deployment and we'll explain the blue green deployment, canary deployment when we use that. Even I'll share the one best video from Amazon. Okay, you guys can be watch that. No, there is the many deployment strategies are there. Okay, and then what is the advantages, what is the disadvantages? It's an awesome video. I'll share that also. Right, I'll explain then I'll share. First, understand what I'm teaching. Okay, like this is the clear and not just confirm me. We'll go on. We'll do the deployment and then check for the multiple options. There's a many topics are there in this. Guys, clear now? This is the strategy I'm using. Okay, this is the rolling updates. Okay, fine. Now save this. Let's deploy this. kubectl apply -, sorry, deployment, right? If you see what we are doing right now, this is the application, right? Node app. This is the 3 containers. 2 is created, one is running. Okay, and you want to deploy this -o while let's get the while. Okay, and this is the what is running. And if you want to get the exact one, rep off. This is the 3 applications are running for node applications. This is the 3 is running the node application. That is done. Like, as you know, it's a deployment. But what is the strategy of rolling updates? That's what we're going to test now. Let's see how we do that. Okay, this is until this clear, right? This is normal deployment. You ask 3 replicas, it's a 3 replicas is created for us. If you see, get rs, sorry, get rs replica set. Now you will get a 3 containers. Clear now? This is the rs and this is the version is the v1 and it was created for the 3 containers, right? Clear? Is that clear, right? And now let's do for the multiple options like rolling updates and the deployment. Okay, all those we can do this. Okay, even see this label -l means it's we can filter with the label also. It's a very very good option. Okay, you can get this label equal to this get deploy is there. That means this label, what is the label we are using here? That label you can use. Match label is correct. App equal to node app. Node app. Correct, right. Okay. Anyways, leave it. This is label. You can filter with the label also. No resource found with the deploy. Okay, let's see. Deployment object. There is a one deployment object. Let's see. Three deployment, like as no. This is the deployment object, and this is how many 3 by 3 means the 3 replica set and the 3 is running. Okay, and if you see the rs, now here also we can do the same deploy and the grep. Only one is there. You don't need to grep here anything more. If you have multiple, then we can do the grep. It's a very simplest method to searching the images. Okay, right? Okay. The next what? Tell me what we do. This is 3 running, right? Then do for some more operations on top of it. describe this deployment. Now if you can see what happened, it's everything is running, like as application 3 by 3 replicas is created. And if you can observe here, but if you any deployment, if you observe, there is an option here will show, like basically max unavailable, max unavailable, max search. This will be show for us rolling update strategy. Okay, minimum ready seconds. And if you can, by default, if any deployment objects are there, I'll show that also without any strategy. This, okay, we'll do that. Then I'll show the difference between this and that. Remember this as of now, the real one, and we'll show that without any strategy. If you're not using, how the default deployment object look like, how the default deployment object look like. Clear na? Remember this. Remember this. Okay, that's the important thing. And then let's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna deploy the newer version, like V1 version to V2 version. Now V1 version already deployed. This is the latest version V2. I'm gonna deploy this. To deploy this, what we are gonna do? This is the commands. First, what we do? We need to set the image without any modification. Even if you want to apply the modification, we can go to the edit the deployment object and change the v1 to v2, or else we can deploy it. This is the method. Set image, there is a command called as, this is also interview questions, how to set the image without edit the deployment object. Now kubectl set image and deployment object, the deployment object name, and then that this is the image name. Let's say node web app equal to this is the image. Now that means if you go for va, no, this is okay. What is the container name? Node web app, and then this is the image. This is the container name. This is the image name for that. Clear, guys? This is the where we can set the image without any edit. Or else what you do, we can just edit this. What we need to edit. You can either we can use, there is another option, or else another way to that. Newer kubectl edit. You can simply do this edit. If you want to set up this, either you can use edit deployment name. You can go here. This will be, there is a lot of annotations, lot of things will added instead of your whatever you are created. It's more objects will created for us. Now coming down here, the image, right? You can do here v2. Here v2 you can do. Here v2 you can edit and then save this deployment object. Save it. When you do the deployment object, see deployment object is edited, and when I do rs, you can observe, see here there is a 2 is creating, one is doing, v1 is there, v2 is there, one is there, v2 is there. See here, all will show this deploy. Just observe this only. See, v1 is 3 0 is now, and only 3 is coming with the v2. Observe na? Understand, guys? Now after some time this will go down, this will be cleaned up automatically. You don't need to do anything, this will clean up after some time. Wait for some time. There is nothing, this v1. Okay, this v1 is not running, this image version, this the image version is running, right? This 3 is running. What we do, let's, in case something wrong in that, okay, what we do, we can roll back that strategy also we can check now. Okay, that also we can check this now. Then what we do, let's check for the rollout status. Okay, rollout status, what I'm gonna do, let's see. This is the one. What I'm gonna do, the same thing, the same one. This is the working method. This is the working method strategy. Like as you know, the correct when happened, this V2 is happened, and V2 is up and running for us. And if you do pod object deployment, get pods at mobile. No, this is this pods will be coming up. This is the newer version is running. That's fine. But in case something happened, the new V2 version is not coming. What are the image you deploy that is not working? What are the image? If you deploy that is not working, that is not working, then how it happening? What's going on? Understand, guys, what I mean? No, basically you deploy something new version that is not working. What I do, let go and edit again. That is the working method. Okay, that is the way it will roll back happen. Rolling updates happen. Now this is the one what I'm doing. I'm making some wrong changes here. What I do, I'm going same thing here. Number is this image, this image is available or not? Let's make a small 28 image. Is the 28 image is available? Only two tags v1 v2 is there. If I mention this image, what happen? What error will come? Image is not available. It won't apply. It won't deploy. Yes or no? Image pull backup error will come. If the image, the image which you're trying to pull in, if the image is not available in the repository, it will not only your public repository. Maybe in real time we are using a private repository. The image is not available in repository. What error will come? Image pull backup error. Let me show that also. Save this. I've edited this and do the get rs. It's a old one, it's keep on it is, and this is the v2 is deployed, and the v28 is also trying to do now. It's trying to do now. It's a keep it 3, and the new one is trying to create one. Understand, na, guys? Clear, na? This 3 is there. Old version of v2 is 3 is there, and then we're trying to v28. It's a trying to v28. Just close this, and let's do the deploy pods. If you can observe here, this 3 is running. This got error. Error image pull error. Image error image pull. This error came. Why this error came? kubectl describe pod name. Just describe this. Describe this pod. See here what are the meaning. If some error will come, you will get to know clearly. Fail to pull the image from rpc error code unknown disk. Okay, response from daemon manifest. Okay, this is not found. Okay, image pull up backup pulling image back of pulling image. This is the one. Error is the image pull backup error will come. Image pull backup error come. Clear enough? Let's say I did mistakenly this image. Okay, let's say you deploy the real application, like that application giving error, let's say. Then how it happened? No, this container won't come up. This container won't run up and running. It won't run up and running. Now in this scenario, what happens? The old one keep on running. The new one won't be come up. If you're not using a deployment strategy, what happened? It's replaced to the entire v2 will replace. Entire application will go down. Yes or no? Basically, the normal deployment. No, that's the reason we are using deployment. Okay, let's keep it this. Let's keep it this. Okay, what we do now? Let's do that. How to roll back this? How to roll back that? This the rollback is important. The scenario to if something goes wrong in the latest version. This is done. Let's check the status of this deployment. Rollout status. Waiting for deployment. Rollout finish. One of 3 new replicas has been updated. We are not setting this now. We already deployed this actually. After setting, if you want to deploy, this is the way we need to deploy. That is done. That's we already done with the directly, right? That's you don't need to execute this command. Just ignore that. And the next, what we do, just do the rollout history deployment. What is the history? Rollout history deployment. Now see here, this is the version like a change cost. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Revision. How many times we are done? There is a 3 times. 3 times are done. Okay, 3 times we are deployed like as 3 versions V1, V2, and the V28. And the next rollout undo deployment. Rollout undo deployment. Rollout history and then undo. Undo means what happened? What the previous version is there? What manifest we edited? You guys remember? Earlier it was which version? V2. And for V2 to which version we make it? 28, right? And see now this manifest. We came and modified here or not? What happened? It came back to the previous version. When you do the rollback, which version came here instead of 28? Which version is came now? Huh. That is the rollback command. Which is command we need to use? kubectl rollout undo deployment. Undo means this same. We can you guys remember na? In Git we discussed Git undoing, right? Like as you know, checkout, reset, those things. The same way here in Kubernetes we have rollout undo. Rollout undo deployment, deployment name. Okay. And see that replica set. See, this is gone actually. The 28 one also 0 now. This is also 0 now. And this it's keep it. There's all previous versions is keep it because if you want to roll back or anything, it is needed. And then see, this the V2 is up and running now. This V2 is up and running now. Clear now? You don't need to clean up anything this. Okay. And if you can see, if you want to clean up this, it won't clean up manually, like automatically. Sorry, that time I told like automatically, right? You should be clean up yourself. How do you clean up that? kubectl get rs hyphen. Okay, let's say no not required, and right, no this one, right? Who are the 0? Whoever it is 0, then we can delete that. How we can delete? Delete rs. That's it. We can clean up that. Okay, get rs. Now this is the keep on this. This is the way we can undo the deployment. Okay, and just you want to check the role. This is the same command again, status. If you want, you can check the status again. No, it's successfully rolled out. Check the status and describe the deployment, and search with the grep image means that image will only will come. This v2 image will come. The previously it was which version? 28, right? Now it's a v2. This is the error will come. Okay, clear guys? What happens if you deploy the newer version like as unwanted image? Like if there is no image, there is some application issue. What happened? It won't deploy. It's keep on the old image. The new one it won't become up. And you can roll back that using the rollback. Undo. Clear? Simple command we can roll back that. What is the command we are using? Roll back. Roll out. This is a rollback command. Roll out, undo, deployment name. What is that? kubectl rollout, undo, deployment, deployment name. If you want to restart, simply rollout, restart here, and instead of undo, restart will come. That's it. Instead of undo, we can come the restart. Rollout, restart. Rollout, restart. Okay, that's you can remember. And remaining things, if you want to scale up, what we do? Just simply what you can. This is the command, very very important guys. Interview question: how to scale up. Not only important, this is exact exam question they will ask you. This is the 4% in the Kubernetes administration exam. I've written it recently, right? They ask the same question. They given a 3 containers and you want to scale up the 6 containers. They will give the deployment name also. There is already deployment running. Now you need to take that same name. We can kubectl scale command deployment name iff replicas. We can use the, they will give the 3, they will give the number also. There is already running 3, I want to make it a 6. First, before make it this, just get the what are the running here. Kubectl get pods and then grep and this, do this name, and you will get to know that how many is running right now. Understand now? How many running, you will get to know that. If you like, as right now, how many is running right now? See this. Anyway, we already knows we are running a 3, right? Now, if you have Kubernetes, they will give the Kubernetes cluster, everything they will give in the exam. Nothing, just they will give the context. The context you need to switch, and they will give the commands also. 2 commands they will give to switch the context. Then after that, once you switch the context, if you execute this command, now they will have this how many is running. This is, they will give 3, and they want to increase 5 to 6 or anything. There is a 2 ways. One is the way is this edit deployment, go deployment, and then there is a number, right? Replicas. Either you can go here to change to 6 here and then save it. What I'm going to do 4 here. If you see the get pods, now it's a 4 will come. This is the one method. Edit deployment object. Another method is that this is a scale command. Another method is that this is a scale command, which is the simple for you, and you can execute this. Now 4 is already running, right? Let's make it 5 now. Kubectl scale deployment name, and the next replicas equal to 5, and get the pods now. Earlier it was 4, now it's 5. Clear, guys? Clear now? That is the way. If you want to scale down, simply 5 to 3 get pods. Now 3. See how much simple to, how many containers you want to increase, how many containers you want to decrease. Even if it's a 3, then if you want to 30, just give 30 here. That's gone. Understand, huh, guys? Now whatever to increasing, just simple command we can increase, guys. Okay, very very simple command we can increase. Okay, now this is everything we tested. And if you want to delete the deployment object, we can just delete kubectl delete. Either we can delete directly deployment object, or else we can execute this command also. It means how we can deploy, right? Kubectl apply -f. Even if you want to delete that, kubectl delete -f, the deployment manifest file if you give, that will delete. Either 2 ways to delete. One is that go for deployment object and delete. If I go this, if I can delete this also. See, one more thing here also. Now if you delete the replica set, what happened now? Pod replica set will delete. Again, what happened? Deployment object will create a replica set. Deployment that will create a replica, the pods also. If you want to delete the whole set, what we need to delete? The parent one we need to delete. What is the parent one here? If you delete the deployment, then only replica set will delete, then only the pod will delete. Or else, if you delete the pod will keep on creating. Understand? Huh? Pod will be keep on creating for us. The pod will be keep on creating for us. Okay, it won't be stopped. That is the one. Okay, and yeah, that's important. And you want to delete, then we can just do the kubectl delete and then -f, or else you can delete this deployment object. Okay, first you need to delete the deployment object, not replica set, not pods. If you delete that also, again it will create because of this deployment object. Okay, be careful. And roll out restart also. This is a very very important. See, 22 minutes now. This is the very best option to restart, guys. This is the one day-to-day activity we are doing. Okay, if you want to restart any application deployment object, rollout, restart, deployment, deployment object. Okay, if you have a specific namespace, you can mention the namespace as -s, -n. -n is the deep namespace. By default namespace as of now, you don't need to mention this default, but in case your namespaces are different, then you can do this. Okay, now get deploy. See here. If you can observe here now, for up to date 2 and the 3 available. Get pods. If you can observe, see here, 4 is running, node application, and 29 seconds, 29 seconds, 80 seconds. One part is restarting. Not all parts also restarting. And this still in the 17 minutes. Now it was the old one will gone, and the new part will be old one means what? The restarting time also it will do one by one, one by one, one by one, not for all at a time. Rollout restart. That is the best option in the to restart your application. Understand, guys? Clear now, guys? Okay. This is the rollout restart, very very important command. And the thing is, let's see the UI one time. This UI is not required for us, but still, let's see. Take this token. Uh, kubectl, get svc. Okay. svc f1 all f1 namespace, all namespaces. And where is the Kubernetes dashboard? What is the port? 32425. 32425. Is the one is running or not? 32425. Is the port is open? 32425. Yes, it's open. Go for master one and take it from master IP or DNS name, anything. Go for mobile system. Three two four two five. You need to HTTPS advanced option. Ask risk and continue. The token only, right? The token. Roaming this before Ubuntu. Okay. Copy this till Ubuntu. Enter the token. Wow, the new version Superman. See this, whatever we deployed, we can see here. Workloads, service. New options came actually. Earlier it won't be like this. The sim must not be like that. The UI got changed something. Now you can see everything is there now. Deployment object, how many deployment objects is there, how many pods are running, how many replica sets are created. Okay, and then even the pod, if you open this pod, and we can see the logs of the pod also. Okay, like where can I see the logs? Where is that, man? Here, if you see the pod, you can see this, logs. You can see the logs of that application. If anything is there, it will show for it. If anything is there, it will show immediately. But as of now, I think there is no pods for this application. That's the reason it's not showing. I think there is no. If you go for deployments, see, if you want to scale, edit, restart, delete anything, we can do from UI itself. That is the one. We discussed deployment, pods, and replica set, and you can see the replica set. We have the logs and the scale, edit, and then delete. We have multiple options are here. Okay, that is the one. And if on edit and delete this replica sets and the service objects we discussed, and see the service objects. Edit and delete the service objects. This hello SVC is there. That yesterday which I shown, right? This is the hello SVC. And remaining objects, let's say we discuss about demand set, next class demand set, jobs, so cron jobs, and then we are going to discuss config map, and then secrets. We'll see this namespaces, service account. We saw that last class. Means while creating this installation service account also we created. Let's see nodes. This is how many nodes are running. 3 nodes. Let's see most of the objects. This is the like config map secrets is very important. Okay, very important question also. They will ask you. We'll see the next class. Namespaces, demand sets. We'll discuss. The demand sets also very important. As of now, there is no demand sets.
Madhu, one doubt I have. Actually, usually we will store that image in EKC, right? In real time, actually, can you show us one example instead of taking image from Docker Hub?
I'll show you, Suresh. Okay, it's not yet completed. We'll
Okay.
do a real-time project, not only through Ansible, Kubernetes,
Okay. Okay.
secret object. Okay, using secret object. That time I'll show you. Okay, once the secrets are done, then after that I'll show you. Fine. Not case, we are putting in ECR. Clear? ECR is the Elastic Container Registry, which we are storing our Docker images there. Fine. Any questions, guys? Okay, guys. See you then next class. Bye, guys.